Hello, I am WD, the developer of Timeless Echoes, and this will be a quick showcase video about what the mod has, what it is, what the features are, and what there is to do in the mod. So to get started, the first thing you need to do is to find a Timeless Portal, which you can see here in front of us. They just spawn around the overworld in plains, forests, savannas, all of those normal biomes. You just need to get close and jump into the portal. Now you can see here I have some weapons. I'm super ready to go in with my totally not cheated in creative weapons. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in and see what happens. Now you can see I actually don't have my weapons because the inventories are separate, so there's no reason to prepare before going in actually. Well, somewhat. But anyways, now that we're here in the Timeless, you can see we have different mechanics and gimmicks. We don't have a hunger bar and we have a souls bar instead of an experience bar. That is one of the resources in the Timeless, alongside a lot of other gimmicks and different resources you use. Now I'm trying to get across this gap, but this gap seems rather unreachable for me. Seems like a rather large gap. That is actually one of the gimmicks of the Timeless over here. We have these lanterns that you can pick up. If you get close, you can pick them up, and you can crouch to drop them. And they reveal the area, the sculk version of that timeline around you. You're basically in between the two timelines, the sculk timeline, which is the present, and the prisma timeline, which is what existed before the sculk. And the lantern reveals the area of the sculk timeline. So you're basically stepping into this other dimension, this other realm. And the blocks are not always the same thing. So for example, over here you can see we have a little bridge that only exists in the sculk version. So sometimes you'll have to use this mechanic to find your way through and complete different puzzles and stuff like that. Now let's go ahead and go into this building, and you can see here we have a corpse. Now this corpse has a sword impaled on it. Who could this be? Oh wait, that's me. Yeah, that's right. This is you from a different timeline with a sword impaled, which you can take out the sword, and this is your first weapon, which is the Echo Blade. Now the weapons in Timeless Echoes here have different perks. For example, you can see this one does +4 damage, and then it has Soul Rend and consumes 2 souls to do 4 damage, and then a Timeless Fight, which is used to transform into the Prisma Blade. Now, if I use this weapon, you will see it transforms into the Prisma Blade, which has +60% souls gathered and +0.5 souls on kill. So the gimmick of this weapon is that you can transform it back and forth to do different things. Now we have an enemy ahead of us. Let's go ahead and use the Prisma one to get more souls, so we can showcase the souls resource. And we're going to go ahead and kill this guy. There you go. And you can see we got some souls. Now that we have some souls, you can see our bar over there filled up a little bit. We can actually use the Echo Blade, which consumes those souls to do more damage. So we're gonna go ahead and kill this skeleton-looking guy with our sword. Very nice. There you go. So when you kill enemies, you get souls. Different perks and different weapons will affect how you use those souls or how you gather those souls. You might also find some chests around like this, which you can open to get some souls. And look at that, we got some extra souls on our bar. Perfect, we got some materials, we got some souls. We are ready to finish this level. Not to finish this level, you just need to find here the Sculk Heart and kill it. And then when you kill it, the dimension will collapse, so to say, and you will be invited to leave. There you go. The portal opens to go to the next area. Now, in the next area here, we are actually on the next level, and we are on the hub. You will see there's no enemies around this area. It's a very peaceful area, because this is the area for you to gather up with your friends, invite them over, and, you know, get ready for the next level, get ready for the next adventure, the next run. Here you have the soul guy, our little friend, the soul blacksmith, the trader, whatever you want to call him. If you have a name suggestion, please do let me know. But you can see here we have different things that it's selling. We have a lot of different weapons to look at. You can see here we have a Lucent Wheel, we have the Timekeeper, we have a lot of different things to look at. And you use those, or you buy those with materials. You can see this one here costs 15 Lucent Shards and 5 Crystal Cores, which unfortunately we do not have enough, so we need to kill some more mobs until we can actually use these weapons. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cheat one of the weapons that I want to showcase, which is the Ramatra. Now, the Ramatra weapon has the Soul Unleash, which is used to unleash souls, each damaging for 1. So, goodbye, Soul Trader. I will be back later, and let's go ahead and go to the next level. Now, one thing you will notice is that my HP is not regenerating. This is because the HP does not usually regenerate when you're in the Timeless. You can regenerate HP with different gimmicks, different mechanics, different weapons, but by default it does not regenerate on its own. Now, let's go ahead and go to the first level. You can see now it says level 1 here at the bottom. That is the current depth you are in, so to say, on the Timeless. As you go deeper, the enemies get stronger, you get different enemies, the enemies do more damage, have more HP, drop more loot, all of that that you would expect. And up we go the stairs. So as you go deeper, you get more loot, you get more enemies, you get different enemies, the enemies get stronger, they get more HP, more damage and whatnot. Now we're gonna go ahead and try to get through this level, however, I am not that good of a player and I might get overwhelmed here by all these enemies and I might die. Oh no! I'm gonna lose all my items. However, you will see you don't actually lose your items. When you get killed, you get kicked out of the Timeless and you get the loot that you collected inside. Not the same loot, you get different loot for the overworld. You know, loot that's more helpful for your normal Minecraft gameplay. But then you can jump back in. So we are going to jump back in and you can see we are now at the hub. Every time you go in and you start a new run, you are going to end up on the hub ready to buy some more items. You can see here we have different items like a soul heart container. I wonder what that does. So let's go ahead and jump into the first level again to showcase the different weapons. So let's go gather some souls using our Prisma Blade, which has extra souls gathered. We're just going to collect some souls from this guy over here. There we go. And we're going to use our Ramatra weapon. Now the Ramatra weapon you can use to unleash souls, each damaging for 1. So if I right click, you will see it throws some souls at the enemies, which you can use for ranged attacks. So one of the main things here in the Timeless Echoes mod is that I want people to be able to play however they want. And if you want to be more of a cautious gameplay guy, play ranged, play sneaky, that is something that you can do. And if you want to just have big bonk numbers and use a big hammer, that's also okay. You have the tools to allow for that. So if you're playing with, for example, the Ramatra weapon, you might want to have a build to gather souls, such as the Prisma Blade, to then use those souls on the Ramatra weapon to be able to attack from afar like this, as you can see. They have a max range, so I'm not actually hitting that guy. There you go. Unfortunately, that did not die, because this is a very weak Ramatra weapon. It's normal quality. If you get the rare, epic, or legendary variations, they do a lot more damage. But let's go ahead and jump off. And you can see when you jump off, you will also just get kicked out. So you can go back in again after you get your loot. And we can jump back in. And that's basically the gimmick of the mod. That's the normal gameplay loop of the mod. You get materials from killing mobs. You buy weapons that you like this one here. The Time Reaper consumes 1 second to do 1 damage. You can almost buy it. You have here the Gloombringer that is just plus 16 damage, just a big bonk weapon, not much to it. But there's a lot of stuff. I want people to be able to customize and synergize their build however they see fit. And that's the main gimmick of the mod. You go in, get as deep as you can, go as further as you can, you die, you upgrade it, you go back again. There's a lot of systems in the plans, there's a lot of mobs that will be added in the future, a lot of materials and different perks and gimmicks and stuff like that. I hope you guys have fun if you try out the mod. I personally think it's a very enjoyable mod. It's really fun to play through and see how far you can get. And yeah, I hope everyone has fun if they play it. Join the Discord if you want to leave feedback and stuff. And I'll see you around. Let me know the name for this guy. Maybe Arthur. How about Arthur? Is that good?